Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear respected viewers, today we are again live. Today we are going to discuss the famous novella of Ernest Miller Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea. And you know, literature is the index of society. And Ernest Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea is one of the most famous novels of the world and also of English language. But your phone is not working. Please. And this is our third start, isn't it? There was gap, dear listeners, dear viewers, dear friends, Facebook friends. This is our third start, as there was a gap, and after a small gap, we are going to start our weekly expedition, that is the literary or Shilpa Adda. This is well known to you as Shilpa Adda, and today we are going to start again. And today's topic is The Old Man and the Sea, and it is a novella. And you know, there are novels, novella, novelettes, short stories. And a novella is shorter than novel and longer or bigger than novelette and short story. And this is The Old Man and the Sea. The Old Man and the Sea is written by famous American writer Ernest Miller Hemingway. And you know, he wrote famous and celebrated novels like A Farewell to Arms, The Sun Also Rises, The Old Man and the Sea. And The Old Man and the Sea, it is a novella, shorter than novel, and for this Ernest Hemingway got Pulitzer Prize. He also got Nobel Prize, and many films have been created, have been made based on this novella. So this is very much important piece of literature. So I would like to welcome you to our this arrangement. And firstly, I would like to invite Professor Muhammad Rubel Ahmed, Mr. Rubel Ahmed, Assistant Professor in the Department of English at Maulana Abdul Hamid Khan Bhashani Degree College, Alashin, Delduar, Tangai. Sir, please, the stage is yours.
Yes, thank you, sir. Honorable President of tonight's event organized by the literati and respected teachers sitting before me and honorable viewers. Assalamu alaikum. Ernest Hemingway is a famous American writer. His full name is, sir has already said, his full name is Ernest Miller Hemingway. He is one of the most influential authors of the 20th century. He is at the same time a novelist, short story writer and journalist. He writes a total of 10 novels. Sir has also said he writes a total of 10 novels and novella. Among them, 7 novels are published during his lifetime and 3 novels are published posthumously. That means after his death. Now I want to discuss his notable writings include The Old Man and the Sea, A Farewell to Arms, The Sun Also Rises, and For Whom the Bell Tolls. Now I want to discuss The Old Man and the Sea. The Old Man and the Sea is one of the most important novels written by Ernest Hemingway. This novel is published in 1952 and it earns him the Pulitzer Prize, and he also wins the Nobel Prize, Pulitzer Prize in 1953, and he also wins the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1954. The Old Man of the Sea begins with a fisherman, with Santiago, protagonist Santiago, an old Cuban fisherman. He has gone 84 days without catching a single fish. Because of this long period of failure, people consider him unlucky. His apprentice Manolin sometimes accompany him, but as Santiago cannot catch any fish, the parents of Manolin think Santiago is unfortunate, and that is why Manolin's parents force him to work on another boat. But Manolin, in spite of that, Manolin loves and respects Santiago. He helps him to carry fishing equipment, bring food, and listens to stories. Anyway, on the 85th day, Santiago becomes successful in catching the fish marlin. The fish is so strong that it pulls Santiago's boat far out into sea. But Santiago, gathering his strength, catches the fish and he ties it, and he strikes it with harpoon and ties it alongside the skiff, small boat. When he starts his journey back home, the blood from the marlin attracts sharks, and sharks attack marlin. At first, Santiago kills several sharks, but more keep coming. By the time he reaches the shore, only the skeleton, the head and tail of the fish remain. And this is the story. This is a modern novel. It's a novella, a modern novel. And one of the main characteristics, features of modern novels is the exploration of human mind. Here, Hemingway portrays Santiago. Here, Santiago is, as it is a modern drama, so there are several characteristics and features. We find here symbolism, realism, simple and concise language, and innovative narrative technique. So first, Santiago is the symbol of indomitable spirit of human beings. He represents courage, patience, perseverance, and he has gone 84 days without catching fish, but yet he refuses to give up. He fights the marlin and for 3 days and 3 nights. He considers the marlin as a worthy opponent. After catching the fish, when sharks devour the flesh of the marlin, we don't find him to feel frustrated, because he says sometimes the greatness of true victory lies in the true greatness of success lies not in victory, but in the struggle to achieve something with pride and dignity. The sea is the symbol of life itself. Sometimes the sea is calm and sometimes it is turbulent. So as it is the symbol of life and the universe, like him, all the human beings have to go through sufferings, sorrows, pains to touch the target, to reach the peak of prosperity and pinnacle of success. We also find here realism, individualism. First, individualism. Santiago goes alone. Santiago goes alone to catch the fish, and sometimes he is accompanied by Manolin, but the actual struggles occur in isolation. He suffers pain, his hands are cut. So these are the points, sufferings that all the human beings have to go through. Realism, Santiago is portrayed here as a real character because we don't find any supernaturalism here. From the realistic point of view, Santiago is portrayed here. The fishing line, the fishing technique, fishing equipment, the sea, the sufferings and sorrows and poverty, everything has been described naturally and accurately. So this realistic presentation is a hallmark of novel fiction. The most important thing that I want to highlight here, that is innovative narrative technique. Really this is interesting, innovative, exciting. The technique is iceberg theory. This is also called the theory of omission. And iceberg theory is a theory in which deeper meanings remain hidden beneath the surface. Only essential details are stated explicitly. Language is simple, lucid. The language is concise. Instead of lengthy explanations, Hemingway portrays that concrete truths through actions, dialogues, and symbolism. Anyway, actually, it is tough to delve into any kind of literature. There are some other speakers also, they will put forward their valuable speech, and I think we shall be able to increase our fund of knowledge. But in spite of that, as I am here, I want to touch some other points also. In human beings, all the human beings have to go through sufferings, and by overcoming all the obstacles, impediments, bars and blockages, we have to reach our goal. Here, Marlin is the symbol of an ideal goal, a noble challenge. In spite of all the obstacles, Santiago is successful in catching the Marlin. And after he catches the Marlin, he faces dark forces, destructive forces, that is, he has to face sharks. Shark devour the flesh of the Marlin gradually and slowly, but he feels satisfied because in this sense he has been able to catch it, and though sharks prevent him from enjoying the fruit of achievement, he is satisfied, and he has been able to prove his perseverance, tenacity, courage, and strong determination, unwavering mood, mentality, attitudes, and aptitudes. Here we find his strong sense and strong determination, and this is also one of the traits and characteristics of modern novel. I don't like to lengthen my speech anymore. Thank you for giving me patient hearing. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. Professor Mohammad Rubel Ahmed, dear audience, we have been listening to very valuable speech delivered by Mr. Professor Mohammad Rubel Ahmed, and he was spontaneously delivering his speech on the great novella, The Old Man and the Sea, and he discussed almost in detail, and we learned many things from his speech, and we are enriched. We are enriched by hearing or listening to his spontaneous speech. Now, I would like to welcome and request Mr. Muhammad Abdul Rahim, Assistant Professor in the Department of English, to deliver his speech on the fixed topic, The Old Man and the Sea. Now, we are going to listen to Mr. Muhammad Abdul Rahim, Assistant Professor in the Department of English.
Honorable Chairman of this occasion, and our Honorable Sir Mohammad Rubel Sir, and our Honorable Sir Imrud Sir, and other presenters. Take my salam. Assalamu alaikum. I have got a great chance to express about the world famous novelist named Ernest Miller Hemingway. He was born in America. Now, at Oak Park of Italian Kingdom. He was born in an aristocracy family because his father was a doctor. So, and his mother was a famous woman. So, I don't want to go ahead in this purpose. I want to say his autobiography before our discussing topic. As a boy, he was a vagabond. In his school life, he did not like hard and fast roll of school. Most of the time, he was sent to visit from one place to another as roaming by taking gun, and he was fond of wrestling, football. As a football player, he liked this to play football, and at the same time he liked singing, swimming in such way. So I want to go in his school life. Although he was not a student of attentive in his school period, but when we will discuss about his secondary level, he was introduced as a writer. That means he stepped in writing the first his writings newspaper, the Conscious City Star. When he was a student of when he was a student of intermediate level, he first wrote in this topic in this newspaper. So, in this purpose, his younger sister also helped him, and both they wrote in this newspaper. Gradually, he could able to go ahead in his for future life. So, I want to go in his couple life, because our discussing topic is the Old Man and the Sea. So, I don't want to go ahead in his autobiography, but without discussing these thoughts, it will be incompleted. For this reason, I want to discuss about this topic. He married 4 women. That means he had 4 wives. First, Hedley Richardson. Second, Pauline Pfeiffer. Third, Meva Gellhorn. Fourth, Mary Walsh. So, he first married in 1921, and I will go in this purpose in later. So when we will discuss about his whole writings, he has advised us a lot. I want to point out in this purpose. Firstly, he advised us, a man can be destroyed but not defeated, and which has been reflected in the Old Man and the Sea. Secondly, he advised us, believe firstly to justify one is good or bad. So much meaningful his advice. Thirdly, we are the students of a school, but there is no teacher. Fourth, the meaning of truth is nothing because all things are truthful. In point 5, book is the most faithful friend. There is no any comparable friend just like book. And 6th, brave is the result of heavy purpose. So I want to go ahead of his writings by applying some techniques, how he has gone ahead to proceed his writings. He had applied some techniques. First, his writings are short, easy but descriptive. Secondly, most of the time he avoided adjectives. Thirdly, his writings are full of real or practical things. Any imaginative thing could not add in his writings. Fourth, his writing is undoubtedly meaningful. And fourth, he avoided any irrelevant things. So, I want to go our discussing topic, the Old Man and the Sea. Our Honorable Sir, Ruben Sir has pointed out clearly. So, I want to add with him in some points. The Old Man and the Sea was written, already has been described there. So, the hero of this novel is Santiago, 8 years old. He has been described this character of his own way, because what happens in his life, or what happened in his life, is fully reflected by the character of Santiago. So, Santiago did not get any fish within 84 days. The surrounding people thought Santiago already has been detected or detached such kind of fishing. And in this purpose, he had a nursing boy who was pressurized by his parents to avoid Santiago. So Santiago had to continue his life after 40 days. So when we will classify his fishing, gripping this fish, we can also see that he had to go to the sea to catch the fish after 84 days, and luckily he could able to catch the fish. And we can classify this catching days in 3 days. He had spent 3 days to catch this fish. First day, the sun was setting. But he could not able to control this fish. First time, he felt sympathetic to this fish. But at the same time, he thought, no, I am a hunter. I should not be a sincere, or I should not be a polite person to the fish. So first day, he tried his level best. The fish could realize the fisherman is undoubtedly a skillful person. At the same time, Santiago also understood that this fish is not so much easy for him to control. In second days, he tried again and again, but his hands were bleeding, but he could not fight or abstain from this hunting process. So, whole day, in second days, whole day he tried and tried. The last moment of the second day, this fish named Miller jumped near the boat.
Marlin.
Marlin jumped near the boat. At that time, Santiago could understand this Marlin is not a small fish. It will be more than 18 feet. That means this fish will be more than his boat.
Bigger
Than this fish will be bigger than his boat. It would be quite impossible for him to carry this fish in his boat. So he tried and again. But second day he became failure. But third days, when this fish came near to the boat, he killed it and he tied this fish with his boat. And he tied his boat. In third day he had to tolerate a lot of troubles because his deposited food already has been finished. He had to hunt dolphin to take as a food and get energy. So in third day he could able to manage this fish. So I want to already this story, this novel already has been completed. So we want to analyze this novel in some way, the following way. Such as, for example, Arthur Miller Hemingway applied some symbolism to write this, The Old Man and the Sea. First symbolism: fish is the symbol of asset. Secondly, sharks are the symbol of betrayal or enemies. Thirdly, she is compared or symbol just like a woman. And fourth, lion is the symbol of youth. That means he uses 3, 4 or 5 symbolism in this novel. And our Honorable Ruben sir has pointed out, Ernest Miller Hemingway applied a theory. That means when we say it's idiom and phrase, it's a tip of iceberg theory. That means one part will be same and 7 parts will not be same. We have to find out when we will go through this topic, when we will go through this novel, we will easily find what is the meaningful of his writings. Firstly, when you will visit or go through this topic first time, you will not understand. But secondly, when you will mildly go through this topic, you will easily find what was the meaningful of his topic. And thirdly, we want to analyze The Old Man and the Sea. When we describe the deep thoughts of this novel, some may find Arthur Miller at the age of Santiago at the age of 80. He was a symbol of struggle. But what's the result of it? He could not able to get whole fish. But we don't want to go in this purpose. We want to see or we want to discuss about this lifeless struggle, which has been fully reflected in the character of Santiago. Some may say Santiago is a failure. No, we should appreciate his struggling quality or capability. At the age of 80, how it will be possible for any person to struggle 3 days to control this fish, which has been proved by the character of Santiago. Secondly, a group of sharks. We want to discuss about a group of sharks. That means sharks may be compared with enemy. Just like when the enemy, they are just like the enemies of Jesus Christ. And fortitude also reflected in the character of Santiago. So we want to comparison in this novel. Women is compared with she, just like she. It may be controllable or out of control. So we don't want to go ahead in this purpose. Second time, when he was sleeping at that time, he dreamed some lions were playing in the seashore. At that time, he thought lion in this purpose is youth life. He has lost his youth life, but he dreamed his sports, and this sports has acted in his old age life. So at the last moment, we want to say, what can we learn from this topic? What we can learn from this topic? Firstly, after starting a lot, Santiago has proved that life means struggle. And in this novel, the writer has pointed out a man can be destroyed but not defeated. And last of all, Arthur Miller Hemingway advised us, life means struggle. Winning is the main goal of our life, and which has been reflected by the character of Santiago. So next day, if we get any opportunity, we will try our level best to continue. Thanks to all. Thanks our honorable sirs and all colleagues. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul Rahim, Assistant Professor in the Department of English. Dear listeners, dear Facebook viewers, we had been listening to the speech delivered by Mr. Muhammad Abdul Rahim. And hello, respected viewers and friends, you are enjoying our weekly arrangement, Chilko Adda or the Literati. And you may join us in the next session, the weekly session or weekly discussion, weekly Chilko Adda or weekly the Literati. Today you are enjoying The Old Man and the Sea. It's a great novel by Ernest Miller Hemingway, an American famous writer, and on this novel he got Pulitzer Prize, also Nobel Prize. So it is very famous, and based on this novel, many films and movies have been created. And so today we have selected this great piece of literature, and the different dignitaries are taking part in the discussion. And next, Mr. Nazmul Hussain Imroz, lecturer in the Department of English at Major General Maundasan Adarsha College, Starlight. I would like to request and invite Mr. Nazmul Hussain Imroz to deliver his valuable speech on today's topic. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to extend my warmest greetings to the convener, to the moderator, to the president, and to the pioneer of this beautiful literary theme or club called the Literati. In Bangla, it says Shilpo Adda. And I am really grateful to Almighty Allah and everyone connected with this beautiful organization for starting again, because I was really missing this thing very much. And today's topic is a famous literary piece, a novel actually, written by Ernest Miller Hemingway. Its name is The Old Man and the Sea. So our previous speakers, Honorable Professor Mr. Rubel Hussain sir, Mr. Abdul Rahim sir, has told so many things. Actually, I cannot find anything else to say. I just want to add my understanding about this novella. So my decision was that although it is a system to read a literary piece, before reading a literary piece, we should study the writer, the criticisms, etc., etc. But here I incurred. I thought if when a writer writes, maybe he doesn't write for critics. He doesn't write for academics. A writer should actually write for his readers. So, since I am a naive reader, why don't I read the piece beforehand? I did not want to pollute my point of views, my understanding, my specs actually by other critics or some other people or some other's point of views. So I started reading this. It was really short, and after finishing, I thought, why shouldn't this can be a little more long, a little longer? Because I was so captivated, so amazed, so absorbed in the scenario, I cannot get myself out from that. So, as Wordsworth said, emotion recollected in tranquility. When I could get myself out from this from this environment, from this fantasy world created by Ernest Hemingway, I started to realizing things, and some questions hit on my mind. The first thing, the central character, we can call him the hero of this novella, whose name is Santiago, an old person, not only old, a very old person, really old person. What was his driving force to go for catching the fish? What made him compel to go on such an adventure in this old age? What was that? After that, another question hit my mind. Why the boy, Santiago's disciple, is pretending with his master, with his teacher, that everything is nice and fine, everything is beautiful, everything is in order, there is nothing to worry. Why was he pretending like that?
Yes.
So, and whenever I try to think everything, I try to remember everything, recall everything, I found out that there are so many questions sitting on my mind. So then I started studying the writer himself, Ernest Miller Hemingway. And he is a fantastic person. A person worth being called a hero. A person whose life itself is adventure. So I started reading about him on the internet. The first thing caught my mind that Ernest Miller Hemingway actually participated in 4 military affairs. We can call them wars. The first one is World War I. Second one is Greco-Turkish War. The third one is the Spanish Civil War, and the fourth one is World War II. In this, he participated in 4 wars, and in his literary career, he has delivered 4 masterpieces, super hit literature actually, and in his personal life, in his conjugal life, he has also taken 4 wives. You can see number 4 in everywhere. 4 words, 4 masterpieces, and 4 wives. So this thing amazed me so very much. And whatever I read about his life, I find out that he has a craving to push himself to the edge. In the case of World War I, he was about 18 years old, and he has some physical disabilities. His eyesight was poor. That's why he could not enroll himself on the war. But he didn't quit. He joined that war as a volunteer. In the case of Greco-Turkish war, he could not join there as a regular military person. He joined there as a journalist. In the case of Spanish Civil War, he just aligned himself with part of the war, and he started producing propaganda, movies, writings, etc. The thing is, he acted whatever it takes to join in the war. It seems that war is the thing which he desires most. Every time he got an opportunity, he involved himself in a war. War is the cause that he cannot refuse. He cannot abstain from war. And every time he was in writer's block, he couldn't produce anything bigger. He just went on a war and participated in that in the way he possibly can, and after that he produces biggest blasters. And about the today's given topic, the novella The Old Man and the Sea, it also has behind the story itself. After returning from the World War II in the year 1950, he wrote a novel named Across the River into the Trees, which was a real flop. His previous works like The Sun Also Rises, A Farewell to Arms, For Whom the Bell Tolls was massive hit, but the Across the River into the Trees was a massive flop, and he was in the last days of his life actually. He was definitely old enough, and this shock he just couldn't bear. He couldn't bear silently, and after a while, in the year 1952, he produced this masterpiece, which brought him Pulitzer, and which was the final nail on a coffin, not the coffin or his Hall of Fame, was the Nobel Prize. This was the thing. After publishing this, The Old Man and the Sea, he actually got the Nobel Prize. So we can see himself on Santiago. Santiago was a man at his last segment of life. He is poor, he is old, he is also sick, and he has become a sable, the worst form of cursed people, a person who cannot catch a fish for 84 consecutive days. His only kin, actually his disciple, already left him for his parents' pressure, because sorry, I cannot remember his disciple's name. Manolin. So Manolin's parents thought that if he continues going with this sable person, he also become a sable. So he has nothing to lose actually. He is a lost person. But like the author himself, he could not take this. He embarked on a long voyage, a voyage that is quite impossible to think. We can go through the story and we learn that he went so far that no other fisherman ever dared to go. And finally, he brought back his trophy, the Merlin. The Merlin's a skeleton actually, and he went to the room peacefully with no buzzing, no sound, nothing to say. Just to say that, see, I am not disabled, I am not finished yet. I can give, I can provide, I can achieve, I can fight with sharks, and I can fight with wind, I can fight with nature. So that was my understanding of the novel. And thank you everyone. Thank you the presentees here and the person who are out there and who will listen afterwards. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear listeners and dear friends. We are very lucky to get such type of speaker today. Imroz got the trophy. He delivered very nicely, and he analyzed the whole novella in a nice way. And so we are very much, very much lucky to get such type of discussion. We are enriched by listening to his great deliberation on today's fixed topic, the old man and the sea. Dear listeners, dear Facebook friends, I am the last man to say something regarding today's discussion, and we have been here for a long time. The first man to deliver the speech on today's topic, the old man and the sea, was Mr. Muhammad Ruhel Ahmed, Assistant Professor in the Department of English at Alashin, Maulana Bhashan, Abdul Hamid Khan Bhashani Degree College, Alashin. And then secondly, Mr. Muhammad Abdul Rahim, Assistant Professor in the Department of English, he delivered his lecture. And Mr. Nazmul Hussain, Nazmul Ahsan, but he is popularly known as Imroz, lecturer in the Department of English at Major General Muhammad Hasan Adarsh College. And finally, we got a great and a very rich discussion, from them, and they have left nothing for me. Those famous speakers have left nothing for me, and I'll have to eat the leftover now. Leftover. So finally, I would like to say something remaining, and as it is literary piece of literature, and it demands never-ending discussion, never-ending explanation. So I would like to finally say something regarding this. You know, in Nazmul Ahsan's speech, he mentioned the writer himself was old, in the old days. Writer Ernest Miller Hemingway was in his old days when he wrote The Old Man and the Sea, and we can say a little bit it's autobiographical. And people thought Ernest Hemingway has become fruitless. Perhaps he has lost his merit, and there is nothing left in him to produce anything important for, and he was being criticized by the writers and society for. As a result, he rose and took the weapon to fight again and lastly, and he wrote a great novella and he produced The Old Man and the Sea. And here, Old Man and the Sea, Old Man and the Sea. Here, the old man is artist, and the sea is the art. Here, symbolically, if we discuss, yes, Santiago and Manolin are two important characters in this novel, and Santiago actually Ernest Hemingway himself. Santiago, though old, he is not finished. Mass is gone and mass abides, still abides. And we have read the great poem Ulysses. There is a line, mass is taken, mass still abides. Mass is taken, that means an old man has lost his stamina, mass stamina, but mass still remaining that he may use for something new and something great and for something to invent or discover something for the next generation. In the same way, the old man may be old, but his experience, his techniques he learned in the past, he may use and now to do something important for the next generation. In the same way, Ernest Hemingway wrote this great novel, and in this novel, Santiago is everybody. In one sense, Santiago is everybody. Santiago is a human being. Santiago is a man. Santiago is the representative of mankind. And she is here life. Santiago is the representative of mankind or human society, and she is life. Life is beautiful. Life is artistic. Life is full of resources. Yes, she is full of beauties, full of resources, full of foods, full of wealth, assets, and full of danger. Full of danger. So life is also beautiful, but life is adventurous. Life is dangerous. Life is attractive. Life is avoidable, and everything. Life is the embodiment of many positive and negative things we cannot avoid. But some of us fail. Some of us succeed with the activities of life. So in the same way, here Santiago went to the sea, managed for 84 days. 84 days. That means 84 days, but he is not daunted. He is not backward. He thought maybe old, but he is not. He is not afraid of the activities of the sea. And here sea is life, and Santiago is a man, and he is alone. Here alone. Man comes to this world alone and leaves this world alone. Man is always alone. So it is also a technique of Ernest Hemingway. Here, Santiago is alone in the boat. Santiago is alone in the boat in the sea, and there is no help. There is no companion or support in the sea. He is to do everything alone. He is to fight against the opposite forces alone. So on this earth, everybody is alone. On this earth, everybody is alone. Everybody is to do his job alone. Everybody is to think of his life alone. And so he may be individually, he may be surrounded by so many, but he is alone. So this is symbol of Santiago is the symbol of loneliness. Loneliness, individuality. And so here, and Santiago, and there is great teaching in this novel. Man may be destroyed but cannot be defeated. Santiago's shoulder was cut by the fishing line, Santiago, when he saw his catch was bigger than his boat, it was impossible for him to pull in the catch, that means marlin. And he did not think of such type of prey or catch, but luckily he got this. And Santiago as an old man, and he has a great experience of fishing in the sea, and the whole life he fished in the sea and got many fishes, and he was successful. But nowadays he is unlucky. As a result, people call him Salao. Salao is a Spanish word, the unluckiest man. Salau, a Spanish word, the unluckiest man now, and he is criticized by the society people and other fishermen. And you know, he is widowed. Huh? Widower. He is a widower, yes. Santiago is a widower, and he doesn't have any family member. His wife died, and other members also died. Now he is old and alone. Only Manolin, while he has been with the Santiago when he was 5 years old, and Manolin is also a symbol of human being having kindness and sympathy in the society. All people are not same. All people are not cruel. Yes, the old man Santiago is criticized by many, but there may be some people, even a shopkeeper, a stall keeper also is kind to Santiago. He sends bread and salad and something like that. And here Manolin is also kind boy. And though his parents, it has already been said, his parents advised him to leave Salau, Santiago, as he is unlucky. He has been for 84 days without any fish, and so he is unlucky. It is proved. So, but here, though Manolin is he is another boat and getting fish, and they are successful. But Manolin himself does not leave behind Santiago. He comes to him. He takes care of him, as there is none to take care of Santiago. Here Manolin, though a small boy, takes care of this old man, and so here we find someone to help the old and the destitute on this earth. And here, symbolically, if we think the mast carried on the shoulder by Santiago is the symbol of cross mark. Jesus Christ was crucified on cross, and he suffered pain, great pain for the mankind. According to Bible, Jesus Christ suffered great pain for the mankind. He was crucified on the cross. Here, Santiago, sometimes he is compared to Jesus Christ. He also suffers some cuts, some scars, and the cuts, as his shoulder was cut by the fishing line, and there was bleeding, and he also carried the cross-like mast on his shoulder. So people find similarity, a little bit similarity between Jesus Christ and Santiago. And when he got the great fish marlin, he harpooned this. As a result, there was bleeding and blood invited the sharks. Sharks came and began eating the flesh of the great fish, and some sharks were killed by Santiago, but remaining were alive. And for the 3 nights and days, continued the tug of war between continued tug and war between Santiago and great fish. Santiago could not pull it in, as it was bigger than even the boat, and the fish was pulling further and further from the land. So it was a problem. At one stage, the fish died, but by the time he reached shore of the sea, all the flesh was eaten up by the sharks. Yes, sharks are the critics. Sharks are the opponents in our society, and everybody, whenever a human being wants to do something important, he is criticized. He he is to face. He's faced with so many problems and oppositions, and from time to time, a man is to go backward for facing the stronger opposition. But here, the old man is not defeated. He may be destroyed. He is wounded. The old man is wounded, but he is not defeated. And finally, he reached the shore, and people reached the shore, and he went to his house, leaving the skeleton behind, the skeleton of the marlin, and the people who criticized, the fishermen who criticized him, and could realize Santiago may be old, but still he is able to do something important, even more than other fishermen, and he has proved he has remaining strength to do something important, and he has fished marlin, was never seen and who was never experienced by the fishermen. And so it is, dear listeners, dear viewers, Ernest Hemingway got Pulitzer Prize and also Nobel Prize, and many films and movies were created, made based on this great novella. And so we discussed today, and we have many things to learn from this great novel. And this life is not the bed of roses. If we want to do something important, we will have to face difficulties, yet we will have to go forward like Santiago, and finally we may be successful. And dear listeners, we are very much grateful to you for being with us for a long time, and today. And the whole night will be finished if I continue the discussion. So I don't want to prolong my ending speech anymore. But I would like to invite you to come here as a speaker, as speakers or as listeners. Anyway, both way you are invited here. And next week, next Saturday, we are going to discuss Man and Superman. It's a great drama by George Bernard Shaw. George Bernard Shaw is one of the 4 important dramatists of all time, and he is the father of modern drama. George Bernard Shaw, an Irish dramatist and also English dramatist, and so he is important and a writer, dramatist, and his writing great drama, Man and Superman. It is a philosophic drama, and it is very interesting. I think you will be able to enjoy this great drama. Thank you very much. And this was transmitting, the great discussion was being transmitted from the mini auditorium of Herald English Council. Again, by expressing my great gratitude and gratefulness and love and respect to you. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.